There we go. I'm letting in more pairs. So I'll just keep letting people in. Actually, Natalie, are you on? Natalie Alvera, are you here? She's not. I was gonna make Natalie my co-host so she can mute people and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna start it off. Welcome to Frozen, everybody here, and thank you all for signing up. I do not advertise my program, and so it always amazes me when there was like, I asked the kids at the first 2 auditions, I'm like, who waited an hour? So sorry, this has never happened before. I know Annie was pretty busy as well. We're trying to rectify the situation by making audition blocks. The problem is if I've never met your kid, it's really hard to cast them apart if I only get like 30 seconds with them. So I actually try and talk to them and be like, where have you done theater before and things like that. So I really do try and talk to all the kids and get to meet them. I've been doing theater my whole life. When I wanted to be a child actress, didn't think I had that much talent, but I had the love. And it was because my parents took me to the theater when I was a kid. And I just thought, that's so cool. I would love to do that. And my father was a banker and my mom was a politician. And they kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And I never will tell the kids that dreams don't come true. This is my dream and I'm totally living it. So I say you do it, but it's a lot of hard work. Okay. So again, if you have your microphone's on, you can mute yourselves. It's a lot of hard work. It's not easy, but dreams do come true if you work really hard. So they just have to work harder, and you'll have ups and downs in your life and your careers, as we all know as parents. I had a very illustrious film career for 30 years. I graduated from USC Film School, worked in television pretty much my whole life. How I got into doing children's theater was I became a step parent to my fabulous stepdaughter. When she was 8, her fledgling theater was doing a cute little pirate show, and their director passed away, just suddenly had a heart attack and died. And I understand the stress, so I can see why people die. I try and give myself breaks. And I said, hey, I'll volunteer. So I became their stage manager. They hired a director. They soon realized that I was really good at this. I'm like, yeah, I've been producing shows for years in Hollywood. How bad can it be with kids? I was having so much fun backstage that I basically told my husband, I don't want to drive to LA in traffic anymore. I want to do this. So I worked for $15 an hour, went from a 6-figure salary to $15 an hour to play with his daughter. Best decision I ever made, because then I married the man and have a wonderful stepdaughter and a family. But she's not my only kid. Your kids are my kids too. So my daughter's now off in college. She's going to be 21 soon. So you're so that's kind of my story. I've been, my husband got transferred down to San Diego, and I drove back and forth to Orange County for about 2 years. I was teaching at a high school and at a community theater. And I said, this is for the birds. I think I'm just going to copy the program and take it to San Diego. So I started here in Solana Beach with 4 kids. I had 152 audition last week. So that's huge growth. And I survived through the pandemic when a lot of theaters went under. So I feel very grateful to my families to take care of us and weather the storm as it will. The biggest misnomer that people kind of don't understand is that I am a volunteer. I do not pay myself one thin dollar to do this job. I do it out of the love of your kids to give up my career and do this. But there's certain things I won't do, like pick up trash after your kids. So I try and make them better citizens by helping JoJo out. So that's why I'm a little bit of a stickler for making sure your kids also are good citizens of this neighborhood. This weekend on Friday, the kids performed at the Historical Society of Solana Beach Barbecue. I made them pick up all the chairs and pick up all the trash. It was awesome. And all the people at the barbecue were like, yes, JoJo. So it's not just theater, it's also being good participants in this world. A little bit about my history. I told you about my career moves. I'm from Solana Beach. I was born and raised in Solana Beach. My mother was a founding member of the City Council of Solana Beach. So I'm really ingrained. I went to Solana Vista, Skyline, Earl Warren, and then I went to Santa Fe Christian, which is also in Solana Beach. So then I went off to college. So I was gone for 30 years, but now I'm back. I'm a homeowner here in Solana Beach. If you just are joining us, please mute yourselves. So that's a little bit about my background. You'll meet my husband. He's an angry, cankerous man every once in a while. Wouldn't bring me water today. But he's a great volunteer because he does always rent our rental trucks. So he will show up at tech weeks and things like this. A lot of people, because of the pandemic, who's weathered the storm, especially this last December. We were planning to do Cinderella in December, and then that Omicron thing happened and everyone got sick last Christmas. Been there, done that. Keep your kids healthy. Make sure that they're washing their hands when they're eating snacks. I kind of told the kids this morning that I'm banning Cheetos as a snack because everybody licks their fingers after Cheetos. And am I the COVID spreader by having kids eat Cheetos? Let's just do a thing. I try and tell the kids, I do keep my air on all the time in here. So where there's airflow, a lot of times on the larger casts on Sundays, I even go outside. So you'll see us in the parking lot and things like that. The only time it gets a little hairy is when you do drop up and pickups. Please be mindful of the kids out front. So we try and keep outside as much as we can as well. But if your kid feels sick or whatnot, keep them home. I don't want to get sick. I don't want other kids to get sick. I need to be boosted again. I had COVID 3 times last year. I've had it 3 times in my life. I had it January 2021, this last January after Cinderella, and then I got it again in May. So, and I took a week off to get better until I can get healthy and come back. I need to get boosted. I'm going to try and do it this week. So there we go. And by the way, if you do get COVID, take that pill. The pill made me feel better in like 24 hours. People ask me, how can I not get paid and still have this job? That's by gracious donations. I still don't pay myself. The theater pays for itself. I have put thousands and thousands of my own money into this theater. Not just this last year. I had to put in $5,000 at the beginning of summer. Everyone's like, why? You must have made a lot of money on Lion King. Costs a lot of money to produce Lion King. Ran out of money to pay my staff over the summer. I do pay my staff. Not all of them, but some. And I have to pay rent and things like this. And this is an expensive show. So was Lion King, was very expensive. So I do run at a deficit, but hopefully not. I am a 501c3. And if you work for a large corporation, like let's say Qualcomm, they do sharing programs. I know that their deadline's in April. So next year. Please mute yourself if you're talking. Thank you. So other big companies do it as well. So if your company does matching, and then let me know. I will have my person who writes grants reach out to you to make that happen. I am planning a benefit on November 5th. That event, we're looking for silent auction items. We're looking for different things like that. We'll do a preview of Frozen. If you have somebody who's interested and they might have a foundation for children, invite them to this benefit, things of that nature. But that is a date that I'm looking towards, is Saturday, November 5th. It'll be a cookies and hot cocoa kind of a day. And the kids will be invited because they're going to be performing. It'll be at my mom's estate. She lives in Rancho Santa Fe, and my mother has given me thousands of dollars to have a children's theater. So she's a very big supporter of mine, and we won't have her estate for long. She lives on a wonderful vineyard. Sometimes if you make donations, we'll give you a bottle of wine. Okay. So that's a little bit about that.
Yeah, you too.
So I have a volunteer staff and a paid staff. My paid staff are our technical director, Andrew. He also volunteers for me, but he gets paid. Our musical director, Michael, he gets paid. I think that's it. Oh, my photographer. We hire a photographer and a videographer. I started hiring because you guys keep wanting video. So I'm going into that one too. But then I have this wonderful group of volunteer parents who are like me, when I started this out, we just got sucked in, and now we can't stop, and we're like having too much fun. So one of them is Natalie. Natalie is Alexa's mom. She's going to be in the Wednesday cast. Natalie is in charge of programs, costumings, and gather stuff. So she's kind of my secretary. Natalie, are you on this call? Where are you? It's okay. Okay. Well, she's not here today. Rats. But it's okay. She's going to watch the recording. She'll take notes from the recording. Kelly's in the room here. Kelly is our costumer. Kelly, come over here. I'm going to say hi. This is Kelly. This is Kelly.
Hello.
So Kelly's going to be doing all of our costuming. And do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah, a quick few things. Just for anybody who is new, we do provide the costumes here, but we usually ask that you buy one piece, which is usually something like a leotard or their bodysuit that will go kind of under all these costumes. Probably the next week or so, we'll get out a list of what we're asking you to get. And we do ask that you purchase that like as soon as possible. Because in the past, there have been like supply issues. So it could be a few weeks to get it. So if you're waiting until November 30th to order this, you probably will not get it on time. So that is a big thing. Also, if you want to volunteer for costumes, we would love to have you guys. If you want to make things, great. If you just want to volunteer time, we would love to have you do that as well. Backstage, we always need like 4 or 5 volunteers to help these kids with their quick changes and their costumes back up. We do not want you to miss your kids' show. So we kind of recommend you come to their dress rehearsal, volunteer there, you learn the ropes, and then pick a different and show up to the other cast. So that way those parents can watch their kids perform, and then you can volunteer at this one, bring your kid. They get in free. JoJo lets cast members come and watch other shows for free, have them wear their JoJo shirts. Let them watch and support another cast, and then you can help backstage so all the parents can watch their own kids perform.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
much a run through.
Yeah. And she got it all because she got to leave too. And then Letha's here. Letha is in the house. She's going to be doing our hair and makeup group and kind of putting them together. And she's also a painter and working on some props and things like that we're going to make. Amber, I don't know if Amber's online. Amber made our fantastic headdresses, did Letha, for Lion King. And she's kind of in charge of making Olaf and maybe the reindeer's hooves and things like this. So we kind of got a parent on that. Sets, I have a couple of my handy dads who, you know who you are, but the Castanettas, David, Jesse,
Annie.
What? There's some other parents. If you're interested in making some of our sets, there's not a lot to build. I do need to make a door that's on wheels that can lock down so the girls can like talk to each other through a doorway. Maybe a couple beds for each child. And then after that, I have a sleigh. I've got some castle walls and things of this nature. We have I'm thinking about making something for the Oaken family to kind of have a little area for a store. But if you like to build stuff, speak up. And then our choreographer is brand new. For those of you who have been in past shows, Miss Brenda has moved to Arizona and her son Carlos has moved to New York. They're all good things. We hate to see them go. We miss them terribly. But we now have Diana, who is Portia's mom. Diana used to be a professional dancer. Diana, are you online right now?
I am.
Okay, you can show camera and introduce yourself and say, I am the choreographer.
Well, unfortunately, I'm at a football game with my son, so you don't want to see the background here, but I do want to just say I'm really excited for this opportunity. Everyone did amazing during auditions, so I know that this is going to be a great show with lots of fun numbers for all of the kids.
Yes, and she has an assistant. Her name is Emmy Claire, who was at auditions as well. And she is a friend of Alexandra and Dimitri's, and just a wonderful student. And Diana's kind of like working on that. So let's talk about scheduling and things like of this nature. You will be getting a ton of information from me tonight. I will send you a link to this meeting. You're going to get the music sent to you on Google Drive. If you don't have Google Drive and you don't know how to figure it out, ask your kids to download the music. I will, try and send it. It's usually per email address. So sometimes you and I aren't friends or something like that, and you have to send it to twice. I get it, but that's how I send out the music, because I'm not burning CDs. Nobody has a CD player anymore. So you're getting those two things tonight. What else are you getting? Oh, you're going to get a schedule of when we're going to be doing dances. So a lot of parents say, oh, does my kid have to come to every rehearsal? Yes, because if they're not in the dance, then I try and do other stuff with them. So let's say Big Anna and Elsa aren't going to be in the opening number because they're not alive yet. I will work with them and work on solos while they're working on choreography outside. So I ask everybody to try and make it to the rehearsals. There's not a lot of rehearsals. You only have about 10 rehearsals before we kind of put it all together. Blocking the show is not the most important thing, because everything changes when we get to Tech Week, and those are the most important rehearsals. So Tech Week is going to, bear with me on the scheduling. That's one question most parents ask. Where's the show going to be and when? I put out 2 schedules at auditions. Most of you picked the second schedule. That would mean us having our tech starting on Saturday, November 26th. And we would tech until Wednesday, December 1st. So our shows would start the 2nd through the 8th. And it's during the week. So it's not every weekend. It's like kind of during the week. I will, once I have it confirmed, which the parent from this morning, she's on the school board of the school that we want to go to. We're having a meeting on Thursday. Hopefully by next weekend, I will have this all situated, and then we'll know our schedule. I am holding the Ritz in Escondido as a backup plan. Okay, same kind of schedule. Snack schedule. Some of the kids walk in here and they're like, Judge, can I have a snack? Yes, as long as you all provide snacks. So I'm banning Cheetos. Please don't buy Cheetos. The kids all love the Cheetos. They drop them on the floor, crunch them, and then I have Cheeto dust everywhere. So every theater that we rent hates Cheetos too, because it's hard to get out of carpet. So I'm just going to say, let's ixnay on the Cheetos. The kids today were like, we love Oreos, Rice Krispie treats. Some parents go healthy snack, organic, whatever. I don't care. Just give them something that they want, and healthy options too. I've had parents bring me bags of apples and some cuties, oranges. The kids eat those too. So whatever I put out, the rule of thumb is they only get 1 snack per hour and a half. Okay, so if they're like at some double schedule, then they can have 2 snacks, but they should only have 1. So there's one girl today, she's like, Jojo, let me have another snack. I'm like, no. She's like, you have lots of granola bars. I'm like, no. Leave some for the other kids. There's 150 kids. You only need to provide snack once during your show times. About 2 weeks before tech rehearsal, I will send out a schedule. We ask every parent to sign up for 2 assignments at least. If you're on scholarship, double it. Okay. Those 2 assignments are just what Kelly was asking. Can you work backstage at another person's show? Can you help out during tech week? If you are that parent that works some crazy job, and I totally know who you are, and I get it, you can opt out. I'm up in the money. It's gonna cost you $150 because we got a lot of kids to opt out. And when you opt out, it's provided. A lot of times people are like, oh, I missed it. I can't buy pizza. The things that to opt out are buying us pizzas and waters and things like that. I use that money to do those things for us. Okay. So we need everybody to kind of chip in. Again, you have to work 2 different things. The easiest ones, I think, are working my concession stand and standing in front. Now, parents, you got teenagers sitting around your house. Your big brother and big sister can also help and volunteer. They can sit and collect tickets out front. They can sit and sell candy bars, okay? It doesn't have to be as parents. So rope in your kids to kind of cover your duties. I'm all about it. If you have a high schooler, provide service learning points. Again, I'm a 501c3, so if they need service learning hours, bring it on. I'll take their sibling. Oh, okay. So some of you, you'll get your kids will come home and they're gonna cry. I didn't get a good part. There's a method to my madness. Sometimes I do kind of get lost in the weeds. The last cast that just came through here, I think we were casting it at 10:30 at night. So it just sometimes I run out of parts. If there's no flexibility in your schedule, then it makes it really hard for us. And my parents who were helping me cast understand how hard it is. It's not easy to cast your children. Sometimes your kids just need to speak up a little bit more and show us that they really have that personality and that energy to get those different parts. Sometimes if you see your kid being a wallflower, be like, don't be a wallflower around JoJo. Show her how crazy you are. I like a loud kid. And I'm a little bit nuts that way. But if your kid comes home and says, Mom, give me another good part and I'm really upset, I understand. But let's have that conversation so I can start to like work with them and make them feel more comfortable. Okay. I just paid and ordered our t-shirts yesterday. So those are coming in about 2 weeks. I should get some shirts. I ordered scripts. I had some more brought to me. So everyone should get a script this week. Do not lose your script. If you lose your script, you can print one off the internet. I didn't have that today, but that's what I'm going to tell you, parents. I do have water usually. I have a 5-gallon tank here in the studio. So tell your kids to bring water bottles just like they do to school. I will have cups if they don't do that. Our tech week, hey boys, quiet down for a minute. Our tech week is very, very important. It's mandatory that your kids come to at least one tech, if not two. And again, tech week will start that Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 26th. Why is tech important? It's the first time your children step onto their actual stage. Okay. So they will not know where to go if you don't bring them to a tech schedule. So I have been known if parents tell me, oh, but we're going to be skiing in Tahoe and they miss both of their techs, great. Then they can't be in their first show. Okay. You heard it here. Your kids have to attend at least one tech. Missing one, I understand it's Thanksgiving weekend, okay? I'm not that mean. Missing two, unacceptable. You have to be available for at least one tech. The first tech is just with lights, sound, and hopefully fog, but I have no hope on fog. So that's when we put it all together. And there's a lot of special effects in the show, a lot of special lighting. So trust me, if little Elsa doesn't know where to hit her mark and we're doing ice strikes, it all comes falling down. So it's very important first time on stage. The second tech is when we do a full dress rehearsal run through. So let's say grandma's in town for Thanksgiving, but doesn't want to stay an extra 8 days to catch their second show. For the dress rehearsal, I'm literally the only person sitting in the audience. It's okay. Okay. I understand the working dad who's got to go off to a business meeting. Totally get it. But, and that's usually going to start a little bit more like that Monday, Tuesday. Go on sale for our shows on November 1st. One of our auction items will be front row tickets to the show. Okay, so and parking. So I know those things are really crazy. So those are good things. Promote the show. I was telling some parents, the theater that we're probably going to go to seats about 300. There, when we do, if we have to go out to the Escondido venue, it seats 500. So we never sell out. So just invite your friends and family to come. Your kids, like Kelly said, are free to come to the show as long as they wear a Hey JoJo t-shirt. I have had a family put their other siblings in Hey JoJo t-shirts, and I thought that was a little tacky. Just gonna say. So I need to pay for my theaters by raising funds. So just note that I have a kids prices and then I have an adult price. I do have seniors as well. And here's the other thing that's kind of funny is I invite all of your children's teachers for free. So it could be a principal, a teacher, whomever. All they have to say is, I am so-and-so's teacher. I let them in for free. I'm a big believer in inviting the teachers because they know the benefits of being in theater too. So, and I'm a teacher and I think I should always get in free to watch your kids show because I will come to your kids at other theaters. I do it all the time. I just went Friday night, went to go see Lindsay, who was our summer camp counselor, was in a free show at, or not a free show. She was in a show at,
I was showering the boy shower
for Comedy Store. Anyway, so I go to shows all the time. Okay. It says venue has to, oh, and I have to say, I don't know if Charlie's parents are on, but Charlie is, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, I'm on.
Okay. Charlie, do you know what Charlie sang for her audition?
She told me she wanted to sing Hamilton.
It was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. It made my day and made me go, this is why I do what I do. So when does Charlie come in for her cast read through?
Today at 3.
Okay, great. I'm going to record her and make her re-audition because it was so cute. And I have a friend of mine who works at Disney for Lin-Manuel Miranda. And I'm like, I told her about little Charlie and she was like, you didn't videotape it? I said, no, girl, I didn't have time. I had to move everybody outside. It was like a late auditioner. It was so cute. So
Oh, you're
little
so
breakthrough
sweet.
moments like Charlie's mom. Thank you, Charlie's mom. But it was so cute. So
Oh,
anyway, that was my
thank
favorite audition of the
you.
day. Memory. And my assistants were like trying not to crack up if we were dying. Again, thank you all. This is, see, I told you I'd be done in half an hour, and I am done in a half an hour. It's 2 o'clock. I'll stay on. If you have a question, you could submit it in the chat and I can talk about it, or my parents inside, I can give you an opportunity to, if you guys have any questions that I didn't cover. Good. We'll be, each one of my leaders will kind of send a draft. I'll put it into one big fat email out to all you parents. So if you want to sign up early for different things, then you guys can have little subcommittees. You can meet about makeup. How are we doing the makeup? You know, we got ideas for hair, got to make some braids, got to do this, costumes, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have these little subcommittees. Okay. Okay. Anybody online, you guys are all free to let it go, and I will see you at rehearsals. Please reach out to me. I don't always pick up my phone. Sorry, I do text. And oh, this is one other thing. If your kid leaves a backpack or something of this nature in our studio, I used to keep my key underneath the mat, and I realized I'm not in the safest neighborhood, so that's kind of bad. I now have a keypad out front. The code to the keypad is the last 4 digits of my phone number. So my cell phone is 310-266-2259. So the last 4 digits, 2259, is the code to get in, and I will leave kids' backpacks that get left behind in water bottles. Help yourself to the studio, okay? Because I don't want to have to keep coming down here and letting people in when they forget a backpack. Happens all the time. Okay, thank you all. So a couple questions. So you can log off. I'm not going to feel annoyed if you log off. Ask me questions on your own needs. Moms, you can leave them and answer these questions. Okay. Says, do you require a certain outfit or shoe for rehearsal? No, I require no flip-flops. Okay. Kids can't dance in flip-flops, so no flip-flops. Closed-toed shoes are preferred. If you want to invest in a dance shoe, we highly suggest it. I wouldn't wear your dance shoes kind of until we get a little closer to the show, though, because sometimes I have them dance on the concrete. Hi, Jojo. We're looking to carpool with another family on Mondays. Would you feel comfortable sharing your parent list so we can connect with each other? 100%. Tell me what area you live in. I kind of know where everybody else lives. So if you're in Carmel Valley or something like that, because that's a hard commute back and forth, let me know. And then I can definitely hook you guys in. Oh, sorry, but I see it's 4:30. Yeah, pickup time at 4:30. Rehearsals start today. Yes. Is Sophia scheduled at 3 o'clock? I don't know. Probably. Oh, shoot. I lost my chat. Hold on. Come back, chat. Hold on. Where's the chat? Show chat. Okay. This is, hold on. Ooh, a lot of questions. Do you want us to bring snacks? Yes. Anybody, and you can bring snacks anytime. I just stockpile them. I sometimes stockpile them in the back of my car or my house, and then I kind of bring them over to the studio, kind of hide them from the kids over here. So bring snacks whenever, and you only have to bring them once during this whole thing. Oh, will you be sending a volunteer sign up for each cast? Yes, I will. So once you kind of know what your cast names are, get to know your kids' cast names. So the ones this morning, it's Arendelle, and then it was Trading Post. This afternoon's Reindeer. Monday is Troll, Tuesday's Snowflake, Wednesday's Olaf. Okay, so just get to know your kids' cast names. All rehearsals Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday go from 4:30 to 6:30. They're 2 hours long because I always kind of feel like they get gypped during choreography. So I'm giving us a little bit more time. Okay, somebody asked a question. This is our first time participating. What do the separate casts mean? Nothing. There's not one cast that's better than the other. It's just what was more convenient for each parent, and then I have to puzzle piece them together. So all these different casts, each cast gets 2 performances. When are those performances going to be? Sometime between our tech schedule. So the 26th and December 8th. I will ask you all for your conflicts. That's why on the papers, like, what are your conflicts? It's not just for the whole time you're rehearsing. It's really for when you do shows. So if you're going out of town on that ski trip, I try not to make your rehearsal that Saturday or Sunday. So you can all start to email me your Thanksgiving plans. Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
We had choices before and after,
Mhm.
but that's been next. The first has been next.
The first group that has been kind of,
It's the second.
yeah. So we're gonna go. There was like 2 different scenarios I asked because it was based on rentals. My staff all kind of wanted the first one, and then all the parents kind of want the second one. So I said, it looks like we're all gonna go around that second schedule. I will have dress rehearsals, and a lot of parents go, what's dress rehearsal? They kind of have 2. They have one here at our studio. It's just to try on costumes, and we kind of make them dance in the parking lot. And then Kelly's like doing some last minute alterations. The real dress rehearsal on our actual stage, their second tech. Okay, so they kind of have 2. And like Kelly mentioned, there'll be some undergarments. I don't know what they require. During Cinderella, it was like white tights and a white leotard. Lion King, we had people purchase onesies. Aladdin, we had onesies. I don't think we had them buy anything for Annie. I think we all said dance shoes. Everybody buy dance shoes on that show. So it's usually just like one thing. We'll purchase or rent everything else. I have little gloves, my little Elsa gloves. I got the official Elsa gloves. So it's all good. I didn't realize rehearsal started today. Are we still okay with our cast? There was a couple that missed. It's okay. Come on back. If you missed a rehearsal and you can make it to the 3 o'clock, it's gonna be crazy at 3 o'clock. There's a lot of kids in that cast. You can come either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday too, but still participate in your cast that I told you were in. But yes, don't worry. But if she wants the script, send it out. Are rehearsals same place as auditions? Yes. Rehearsals are here in our studio. Someone's coming in now. The scenarios that were posted, auditions listed cast numbers. Okay, yes, those were just placeholders. I did those 2 scenarios and it said cast 1, cast 2. Those were just placeholders. Once I learn everybody's travel plans, I will shift you into when all your cast could kind of be here. For those of my parents who are returning with me, it was a puzzle piece to get that done when we did Lion King. So I listened to everybody's schedule and I did the best I could. That's why I say, just make it to one of them techs and you'll be good. But everybody has to come to the tech. If you're totally gone for those 2 weeks, let me know, because you go right into shows. So they have to see the stage before they actually are in a show. And it's not that I hate your kid. It's that it's going to mess up your kid and the entire show and all the other actors. Remember, not one actor makes this cast. It is the entire cast coming together to make a show. So that's a big thing that I tell the kids. It's not just Anna and Elsa are the big roles, but she needs her trolls. She needs her Oaken people. They need their Kristoff and the ice strikers to say when we're going and doing things. So everybody needs to participate. Okay, anybody else? This is a good parent meeting. You guys had good questions.
When do we send you?
You can send me your conflicts anytime. The more, because what I do is I just put it in the notes, and then once I have my venue and I'm really locking that down, then I lock it down. Don't tell me you're going on vacation like November 1st, because then I'm like annoyed. So try and make your travel plans now. Book those condos or wherever you're going. Let me know your travel plans, okay? Shauna, you got a question?
Hi, yes. So this is our third show, not veterans, but not newbies. But I know Braylon was, she's in 2 casts this time. She had lots of friends to be with. So I'm assuming maybe that's why we're open to it and fine with it. I'm just kind of curious if there's any tips for being in 2 casts. We don't know her roles yet.
Right.
And I'm sure you'll tell her those things, but just as the parent supporting 2 different casts, just anything that's different being in 2 versus 1, besides the obvious.
Yeah, there really isn't. Usually what I do is I give them a better role in one of the casts. And then I kind of throw them into ensemble to support another friend that I know they have in the cast. So, and by the way, your kid, and it helps me out if your kids are in more than one cast. So thank you, Shauna, for your kid being in 2 casts. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday casts all kind of need ensemble dancers. More kids are available on Sunday. So if you were only available on Sunday, but you could probably dance in X, Y, and Z, we have a block on Sunday from 1 to 3. And that's when I'm going to invite, this is kind of new this year, invite the casts that meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because my choreographer can't be there. And we're going to have like dance captains, and we're going to actually teach Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But on Sunday, they would come and learn. So if I have extra Sunday kids that want to like be ensemble with them, but can't always make their rehearsals on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they can learn it on Sundays. Make sense? Okay. And it doesn't cost you more to be in more casts. So once your kids kind of feel like they love it, this is all they want to do, they don't want to go to swimming class or whatever, I get it. So yes, have them be a snowflake, have them be an Oaken person, have them be in summer. Sometimes right now I'm kind of making some kids Okens and some people in summer, and then they're like, but I also want to be a troll. I'm like, well, you got to pick, girl. So the kids on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I make them everything because I don't have enough of them. So we kind of throw them into a lot more stuff. Okay, good question. Natalie, you have a question.
Hey, yeah, sorry if I missed this, but do you want or can parents stay during the rehearsals, or are we expected to drop off and come back?
It is totally your call. It doesn't bother me if parents want to sit and watch or do, calls. I have Wi-Fi here at the studio and air conditioning, so you can actually get work done. I have had dads work out front of my studios too. I have an extender because during COVID, we had to be outside. So I got an extender to kind of be out on the back patio. It is totally your call. I usually tell parents, hey, this is your time to go to a gym next door, patronize the people who are around me, or get your grocery shopping done. But it is your call. And also, for those of you who have nannies and grandparents and support staff that pick up your kids, loop them in, add email addresses. So brothers and sisters, nannies, whatever, grandparents, loop them in. I like to kind of know who's picking up somebody's kids. So I try and meet all of you and kind of connect, and that's why I sit out front. So feel free, again, send me those emails and I will add them to our list. If you don't want them to be added, it's not necessary. Okay. Anybody
Awesome, thank you.
Yep. Okay, if you have not filled out your form, sorry, I just put you guys all highlighted. Mom just said I don't have that form. They're right at the front door. I will give you the form and just bring it to me filled out, or you can go online. At the top of our website, it says audition forms. You pull down the menu and you can fill it out online. It's our medical release form. It's not that I'm hunkering down for payment. That comes differently and privately. This is more, we look for your insurance policies and stuff like that. So just because I have had a kid break their arm and she tripped and fell and just went, I just, so everybody knows, I am CPI certified trained. I have to do that every 2 years. I had to do it twice this year for some stupid reason. And I also know how to use an EpiPen. So if your kid has that kind of weird peanut allergy, I keep one in a drawer. And so I'm prepared. And if a parent has a heart attack or something, I know where all the AEDs are. So I'm on it with all that stuff. Anybody else? Okay. Okay, well, welcome to Frozen. We're gonna have a really fun time. It's a beautiful, beautiful show. I'm planning some wow factors because that's what I'm kind of known for. And I'll keep them a little bit of a surprise, let the kids kind of tell you. So I will stay online for a little bit more. Everybody else, see you at rehearsal. Bye.
Hi.
Bye, guys. See ya. If you happen to have an issue with online form, oh yes, I do know that the iPhone is not good. Do the forms on a computer, not an iPhone. I'm gonna stop recording.